Hi there guys, my name's Jarvis, and in today's video I'm going to be comparing two low budget 8-string electric guitars. So in today's video I'm going to be comparing the Ibanez RG8, which is available for about £300 to £400 depending on where you buy it, and I'm also going to be reviewing and comparing the Harley Benton R458 fanfret. This is going for £159 on Thomann. Now, starting off with the Ibanez, we've got a mahogany body, a maple and walnut neck, 5-piece. We've got a rosewood fingerboard, and we've got a 27-inch scale length with a fixed bridge. Pickups are Ibanez own, just stock pickups that they put into this. And then on top of that, it's a 3-way switch, black hardware, nothing else really too fancy. Now, moving on to the Harley Benton, this one here is available for £159. We've got a basswood body with a maple neck and fretboard, and because of the fan frets we've got single rail bridges with a 27-inch scale length on the lowest string and a 25-inch scale length on the highest string. Now, a big difference for me with these two guitars is the neck radius. The neck radius on the Harley Benton is 350mm, and this is just what I'm looking at online. And then the RG8 has a 400mm radius. Now, there's an extra 50mm there, which, comparing them once you're playing them, it's a little bit harder to get used to, say if you're a common 6-string player going to the Ibanez, because this one, you definitely feel how thick the neck is overall compared to the Harley Benton. My only real issue with the Harley Benton is because of its price range, it's less pristine when it comes out the workshop. There's not a lot of care that's gone into it compared to the Ibanez. What I mean by that is, when I picked this up, the fretboard, or the frets specifically on this back end, were quite sharp against my hand, so I've had to sand and file those down so they're a lot smoother. And the biggest issue of all is the truss rod of the guitar. When I looked at it, was actually glued in place, so you couldn't move it, you couldn't adjust it, and you could not make any, real setups on this guitar properly. So I had to melt that glue a little bit and get that out of place so that the truss rod would move. Upon moving the truss rod, I noticed that the fretboard actually comes away from the neck right near the nut, and that has caused a little bit of buzzing up towards the low frets, because we cannot adjust the angle of the neck without taking the fretboard away from the neck itself. Now, if this was done by me, as in if I was the one to break the fretboard, there would have been a crack because you would have heard the wood split away from each other. But when I adjusted it, there was no crack and the fretboard just came apart. Now, it's not a lot, it's not even a millimeter away, but you can look at it and you can literally see there is a gap. So for recording for today's video, I've got both these guitars running through Reaper, and I've got them running into the Amped Roots plugin, which is available for free, especially the Fluff set. Now, when you buy the Fluff set, or when you download the Fluff set, sorry, you have one free amp, and then you can buy the other 3 for quite cheap. Now I've got these running through just the free amp, which is a 5034 and only the stock pedals that come with it. Not put any compression, not put any extra pedals, not put anything else on it. I've just got the stock amp with the stock sounds from these two guitars. That being said, let's move on to a quick video demonstration. Okay, so as you can hear, between the Ibanez and the Harley Benton, there is a difference. The Ibanez has a lot more high end and is a lot crisper with sounds, especially with the low end, whereas the Harley Benton is quite muddy compared to the Ibanez. Now, you can get rid of that muddiness with, changing the settings a little bit, but just to be, super perfect with the comparison, I left everything the way it was. Everything was the exact same on both guitars, so you could get a complete and honest opinion on both of them. Now, moving into the clean tones, again, the Ibanez is working a lot better. Everything's a lot crisper, but with the cleans or the less gainy sounds, the Harley Benton does hold up really well. So, to wrap this video up, both these guitars, for what you pay for, is exactly what you get, and it's really good for what you get. The Harley Benton is literally half the price, if not more than half, of what the Ibanez is. But for the Ibanez, you get their basic, guaranteed quality control. I personally have preferred the Harley Benton's neck with the Ibanez sound, but that can be easily changed with a swap of the pickups and other things like that. I can't fix the problem with the neck as of yet, but as this is my guitar, I'm going to be doing some modifications to it to make it more playable and, more usable for me personally. But other than that, both guitars are really good, really well priced, and honestly, really good sounding for what you pay for. Thank you for watching this video. I will try to do something more like this in the future. It's my first time, but I hope you've enjoyed this comparison video. Thank you.